Hi, my name is Lucia Rojas and I'm a documentary photographer from Colombia, but I live in Toronto, Canada. I do work, I'm a storyteller. It is the reason I like photography, and it is the reason that I also use other mediums of arts and expression to tell stories. Photography being the one that I like the most. The reason I like documentary photography, it is because it gives me a long period of time to tell a story, and that is very different to what a photojournalist has to encounter in their daily work, where they have these constraints of time and having to deliver and submit the photos right back. I get the photography that I do gives me years, sometimes at a time, to follow stories. So I get to really delve into the way I relate to the person, and as the more I know the subjects of my stories, the more that informs the photos I take. The way I decide to work and how I decide to shoot, which fits that very personal style that I have, is and the reason probably that I love photography so much and it's my favorite medium is because I have a very intimate relationship to light. So light is the driving force in every photograph that I take. And usually I like to work with available light instead of artificial light. It might be artificial, but it's available. I don't like to bring my own lights. I like to use what is there and work around it to be able to frame the story the way it is, but also to play with the way light reflects in people and in objects and always tells a different side of them by the way what lights and shadows show. So I focus a lot of light. The stories are driven by light. If I have to guide my subjects, what I'm usually looking at is the light. And because I have such a strong relationship with light, I also have the same relationship with the shadow. So my photos tend to be very high contrasted, a very deep chiaroscuro, because I think the information in the shadow is as important as the information in the light about the emotional content of the story and the subject and what I'm really trying to tell. But mostly I like to work with time and light. And that just gives me a whole range of levels in which I can approach a story, and of whole levels in which I can approach a subject. Sometimes a journalist doesn't have enough time to go deep into the subject's emotional life or things that might be hidden. Whereas with the play of light and shadow and the amount of time that I get to explore these very intimate sides of people. That is something that I really like. So what I do, I actually like to call expressive documentary photography, because I'm really taking the time to look for emotional content informed by light.